Hello, in this lesson I will show you how to create simple clean lines, straight ones and curved ones in pixel art. Now creating straight lines is really easy, you just use one simple rule using ratios. Creating horizontal and vertical lines are pretty easy, there isn't much to explain, however diagonal lines use ratios. For example, 1:1 ratio will result in 45-degree angle straight line, like this. However, if I change the ratios 2:1, meaning I put 2 pixels before moving one up, so like this, I create a lower angle. Same applies to the opposite direction. If I use 3:1, I go even lower than that. And you can just go on and on until you get the angle you are looking for. Now these ratios are using whole numbers. If you try to use ratios like 1 to 1.5, meaning something like this, you will get a strange line. Now it does have its uses in high resolution pixel art, but for now try to avoid it. You don't need it actually. Okay, so that's all for straight lines. Now what about curved lines? Well, curved lines are a bit trickier because you need to make sure you aim for the curvatures to be correct. Let me give you an example. I'm going to copy paste this curved line and clean it up so you can see how it looks when it's clean and when it's full of what we call jaggies, what makes jagged line. Alright, so look for the corners firstly. So where are the corners? Usually the curved rounded corners. If I take a look at this part over here, you can see there are 5 pixels and we can clean them up in 2 ways. I can either erase these 2 or I can erase these 3. In this particular case, I want to erase these 2 simply because it will make the line look clearer. Now, general rule is that you should always try to clean up the pixels that are neighboring to the core pixel and do not continue in the same direction. What do I mean by that? Well, if we take this same shape over here and you take a look at this pixel over here, so this one, the neighboring pixels, meaning this one and this one, don't continue in the same direction. They move in the opposite directions. So we need to clean this up. However, if they did continue in the same direction, meaning they continued here and not here, this would be a 90-degree angle line and this might be exactly what you are looking for. However, when you're trying to create curved line, this is something that we should try to avoid and clean up. So let me just go over this entire line very quickly so you can actually compare these two. Again, I do not want 90-degree angles if I want completely curved line. So I'm going to erase this part over here. Again, just taking a quick look at this entire line. And when you go and see stuff like this, when it suddenly turns corners and we have double pixels over here, well, I can just erase this bottom part. And if needed, I can even add a little bit of curvature like so. So feel free, just relax and have fun. We have similar situation over here. So I want to add something that will escape this 90-degree angle. Even though this pixel is missing, this corner pixel, it still looks like a 90-degree angle. So I can just soften it up like so. Same applies to this part, and I can get even some type of the edge. Even if I rotate it, this will be 90-degree angle. So I can even erase this part and keep it like so. And repeat the process until I get the curvature I want. And here we go. So you can clearly see the difference between this line, which I cleaned up, and this one which I haven't cleaned up, which is full of jaggies. Following these few simple rules using ratios for straight lines and cleaning up your curved lines will result in clean lines for your pixel art, which is a core skill for pixel artists.